Hello and welcome to a quick update. Dovetail have just announced that the Glossup line for Train Sim World 3 is coming on June the 27th for Xbox, PS, PlayStation, PC Steam, PC Epic Store, and I suspect that will also include Microsoft Game Pass as well. But I mean PlayStation's PS4, PS5, Xbox Series S, Xbox Series X and Xbox One. So, experience the Class 323 from Manchester through to Derbyshire in the next Train Sim World 3 route add-on. Train Sim World 3 Glossup line, Manchester to Hadfield and Hadfield to Glossop is coming June 27th, as the thing says. A new operator, a new route and some exciting new gameplay features. Glossup line, Manchester, Hadfield and Glossop, you're not going to forget that name, may have some familiar elements, not least the starring unit. But this short, yes, unique and complete line has plenty to offer for both new players and those with existing UK content. We have a unique loyalty launch offer, which you can read more about further down, and details of two new gameplay features for this route. The on-guard guarding scenario and gossip line photography scenario. Interesting. But first, the locomotive, which is the Class 323 Hyper Networker, which we know about because we've had it in, we've seen this another variation in Birmingham Cross City. Class 323 has proved popular among rail fans since its introduction in 1994 and became an equally popular addition in the Train Sim World fleet in Birmingham Cross City line, Lichfield and Bromsgrove. Lichfield to Bromsgrove and Redditch, get it right Tony. At the end of 1997, these distinctive emus were introduced to the Glossup line, working under a number of guises before becoming branded under the current operator Northern. The standout feature recognisable from the in-cab or on the platform is the whine and that the traction motors emit during acceleration and deceleration. Sounds formed an important and detailed part of the process for the team during the initial development of Birmingham Cross City. And you can read more about how these sounds were recorded by revisiting our November roadmap from last year. For Glossup line, the features of the 323 remain very much the same, ensuring a dependable and enjoyable experience from inside the cab, but through a distinctly different environment to that of the suburban West Midlands. On the outside, the unit displays the purple hue of Northern's current livery, along that with unit numbers that reflect the fleet used in this part of England. Guard functionality also returns, but as a fully interactive gameplay feature in the on-guard scenario, where players perform various duties outside of driving, including checking passenger tickets. A full in-depth look at how we developed this new and exciting feature is covered in the recent June roadmap. So, looking at the Glossup line route map, it's not very long. It's about 14 miles, I think it is, 15 miles something. So, you've got Manchester Piccadilly, Ardwick Depot, Ashbury's, Gorton, Fairfield, Guidebridge sidings, Hyde, North, Romilly line, Flowery Field, that's an interesting name for a station, Newton for Hyde, Godley, Hattersley, Broadbottom, Dinting, Glossop and Hadfield. Now, Glossup and Hadfield are on two different line forks, but yeah, you go there first, and then you go to Dington, then back to then over to Hadfield or Glossop, and then basically when you return back to Manchester, you go from I think it's Hadfield to Dinting. Oh, sorry, Glossop to Dington, and then back. You don't go back to Thingy to change ends because you've just been there, so to speak. I think, I'm not entirely sure. But that's the map and the 17 stations. Modern Manchester is represented in Train Sim World for the first time in the Glossup line, with Manchester Piccadilly Station forming a terminus at the western end of the route. This iconic and important station for the Northwest becomes the largest major UK station to be featured in Train Sim World, joining the likes of Birmingham New Street, London Victoria, Leeds, Glasgow Central and Liverpool Line Street from previous route add-ons. Heading east, the route formed part of the historic Woodhead line, which ran its way through the Pennines via the Woodhead tunnels to the city of Sheffield. This line closed east of Hadfield in 1981. And it is here where the current line and this route add-on terminates. A few miles south, another terminus exists at Glossup. Trains from Manchester called here before changing ends and continuing to Hadfield. And the same does happen in reverse, so it does go Hadfield to Glossup. Right, trains depart Hatfield and call at Glossup first before changing ends and continuing west along the line to Manchester. Okay, right, I got that wrong now. Dinton Station forms, along with the Glossup and Hadfield, one of the 3 Derbyshire stations along this route, and is also the location of the very impressive Dinton Viaduct built in 1844, as you can see below. Stations west of here fall within the Greater Manchester and feature the likes of Guide Bridge, Flowery Field and Broad Bottom. I think there's going to be a few jokes with the Broad Bottom one. The complete end-to-end route offers a different setting for the 323 with a slower pace and unique operation at both eastern termini. Another gameplay feature. In addition to the exciting guard scenario mentioned earlier, players will also be able to do some on-foot exploration with a camera in hand as part of a unique gameplay feature in the Glossup Line route. The Glossup Line scenario tasks the player with taking some specific photos as they complete a drive along the line with photo points at some of the stations. Once the journey is complete, the player will see a photo gallery at Manchester Piccadilly station for them to review at the end. That's interesting. Will it actually be just generic photos that it's taken? Well, that's near enough what it was. We'll put it there. So, like, if that's 66, that picture here, this 66 picture here, if I do a shot like that where it's supposed to take the picture there, and I use like one of my GBRF or Creator Club liveries that I've downloaded or made, will it actually put that exact photo there? Be interesting to find out that. I'll have to ask that. Right, service and layers. Oh, look. 4-car 158. I keep saying South West trains. It's not. It's East Midlands trains. 2 trains per hour will run between Manchester Piccadilly and Hadfield, calling at Glossup along the way, requiring tight timekeeping and diligent driving when approaching some signals. I'm going to spad then. Early morning and late evening ECS stock, empty coaching stock, runs will be playable between Manchester and Ardwick Depot, which is located between Ardwick and Ashbury stations at the western end of the route. AI 323 services will also be seen running off the map into various map services from Manchester to Crewe, Manchester Airport, Stoke-on-Trent and Liverpool Lime Street. Oh, that's pretty cool. Right, there are also service layers to look forward to for the players for both Train Sim World 3 and Train Sim World compatible content. EMT Class 158 from the Midland Main Line will appear as AI services at Manchester Piccadilly with 1 playable ECS movement to operate. That's cool. Class 66 Railhead Treatment Train will be playable during the net relevant in-game season, September to November, and feature as static stock all year round, which is good because they only have 1 Railhead Treatment service from last year, what I saw. Rail Tours. Both steam and diesel rail tours will be playable utilising locos and rolling stock from Tees Valley, Class 37 plus Mark II coaches, Northern Trans Pennine, the Class 47, Class 20 plus Mark II coaches, and Spirit of Steam. And there's occasional freight service between Hyde North Guide Bridge and Ashbury's Manchester Piccadilly, along with a host of other seasonal static and AI layers using stock from West Somerset Railway, Southeastern Highspeed, Great Western Express, Midland Main Line and more. Right, that's good. I'd like to look at that, see how that goes. Launch and loyalty discounts. A discount of 10% will be available from launch to most players who have previously purchased Birmingham Cross City and thus the Class 323. A breakdown of these launch loyalty discounts are below is as follows. Xbox, any console on your Xbox basically, 10% discount for players that own Birmingham Cross City, ends 31st of July. So it's only, just over a month. Steam, 10% discount for players that own Birmingham Cross City. Again, finishes 1800 BST. It finishes 10 o'clock BST on the 31st of July because you can, Xbox players and PlayStation players can actually download from 10 o'clock in the morning. PlayStation, for 10% launch discount for PlayStation Plus members, and that ends July the 31st, 10 a.m. Epic Games Store will be 1600 BST, ends 4th of July. Oof, Jesus, really? And that's a 10% launch discount for all players. That is the first time we've worked to bring savings for our most loyal players, and we hope there will be similar opportunities to do so across all platforms in the future. Train Sim World 3, Glossup Line, Manchester to Hatfield, Glossup route add-on will be available on June the 27th for Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Epic Games Store and Steam for £19.99, $24.99, and just basically $25, 5 euros, just the €1 and the one blooming 1 cent, or the one cent I think for euros as well. I don't know. So the 22nd of June there will be a preview of the Glossup line from Railcam TV. So there you go. This is an interesting little thing. I'm very interested in seeing, along with a host of seasonal traffic and other AI levels, using stock from West Somerset, Southeastern, Highspeed, Great Western Express, Midland Main Line and more. So, yeah. Could that be a HST coming in on a tour? So, that's interesting. So, yeah. So, it sounds alright. For £20, that's not bad. So, yeah. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this little run through, I do like that little ticket, and it's had to be blue, DGG blue, for a reason, for copyright, so they don't have the orange ticket. But yeah, if you have enjoyed this, then leave a like, hit the sub, and hit the bell icon so you'll be notified of when I go live, when I make community postings, and also when I upload content. So yeah, thank you all very much, and I will see you in the next one. See you later. Bye-bye.
TPWS and AWS operational.